Okay, so till the day before yesterday, we have completed the middleware of Mongo's middleware. So today we are going to discuss. We have started this advanced filtering, select, sorting, pagination, and also we are going to discuss about the course model and how we can route the course model, all the stuff, right? So we have started discussing about the query string and query params. So whatever we have written, let me show you the code over here at the time of route, for example here. So the colon distance colon zip code, this is you can get it through params. Okay, request dot params. But for this, if you are passing the parameter in this way, then you have to set the proper route, right? But in whenever you are passing query parameter, means at the end of the URL, you just question marks like this, then parameters just like it, then the parameter, then the value, then again parameter, then value, and those two parameters should be differentiated between ampersand. Okay, so it will automatically create a object whenever you are get it through query.params. So as I mentioned here, bootcamp controller.js, I am printing it console. I'm printing it console, the uh, query string. Okay, so I'm just getting query request.query, and I'm printing it over here. So you can see. Let me start server so you can see it. And cd API new, then npm run dev. Let's okay. So now let me send the request. So you can see there is no data found because there is no data available. There is no attribute available like average cost or average cost, right? So that's why you're not getting, but you can see the query parameter. I'm printing it over here. So whenever I'm printing the query string, you can see it is creating an object like key, and inside it the conditions LTE and GTE, okay, which is similar as our Mongo query. As I mentioned about that, the MongoDB query for the filter query params I can see from here, right? So greater than equal to all the stuff, you can see the query is something like this, the parameters and the value with greater than, what is the operator we can pass like GT, LT. Okay, so our query is query inside the query object in the find query is something like this, query then GT and 20, so which is similar in console. You can see it is similar to this, but the dollar sign is not there. So you might pass the dollar from here, but it is not secure. Okay, but you can pass it. Otherwise you can pass like this, then also it will create object like this. But what I'm doing over here in the code, I'm just appending that. I'm appending a dollar sign just in front of it. Then I'm again creating this object and passing through the query inside find. Okay, so it is very simple. So let's see another example, like queries, very simple query parameter. But whenever you want to select some specific field, for example, right now it will select everything, right? So if I'm selecting whatever it may be, maybe I can call this query, uh, not this, just initial one. For example, this query parameters. So you can, again some problem. So you can get only one record over here, one document, right? But it shows, it provide you all documents, all keys and values in the database. But sometimes it requires I don't record everything. I record only two things like name and descriptions. Then what I'll do, I need to pass here ampersand select equal to name comma description. So now you are not getting anything because select, for select I didn't write any code inside it. But you can see select is also going to be a parameter over here. I'm sorry, the mistakes, it is not a dollar, it is what? It is ampersand. So it didn't get any because there is no code I have written for the select one. But you can see a parameter like select over here, just like location dot state housing and select. Select is another parameter. Okay, so how you can convert it to query? So in query, select query, you can see over here. Let me go to the document. I will show you the select query from here. I can show you in MongoDB document, Mongo's documentation. So in select, I just need to pass something like a space b, right? You can say select query dot select, then a space b means this is the name of the field separated by a space. Uh, just a minute. Okay. So for that, what I have to do, I need to add something as in the document. Let me replace it again. I will explain what is the change, what are the changes I have done in this code. Now it is getting larger. So what I'm doing, so I'm just because it is not a query it is query parameter, but I don't want it to be in my query string, this select and sort. So right now you can see this select and sorting is also required. It's also I'm going to pass over there for the sorting purpose. So in select, but I don't want to be select something over here. I just want to remove this because this I'm not going to use this select keyword in my query, because you can see in document here you can see the select is inside the query, but the parameter what is I'm going to pass only the name and description with space, with separated by a space. So for that, what I'm going to do over here, sorry, I just from the query string I just remove select or sort, whatever. I for now I'm going to remove the select, sort, select. After that I want to delete them from the query string. I just find this select field and remove it from query string. Okay. After that, whatever the value was there already, it is already there. Then what I'm doing it over here, I'm just splitting them because I'm getting the value in the form of comma, right? In the form of comma here. So I just converted, replace the comma with space with this code for here, select. Okay, now I'm passing inside query dot select with this field. It is very simple. Now if you want to execute the code, so you can get only name and description, because all other fields are not required for me. So why I should select them from the database? And if I want to send, if these two parameters is the two value is required, then why should I send all the data or all the fields to the front end to make them confused? So you can select specific value, specific specific field using select operator, select method. Okay, so how we are going to pass it from here? You get it? For example, I want to remove it from here, so I want only this one. Then I can get all the fields, all the documents or all the bootcamp with name and description. ID by default will be there, but name and description you can see from here. I don't want to fetch all fields, like I want to fetch only selected field. So you can do it in the same way. And sorting. So let's see sorting, how sorting query is working over here. So let me open that directly from the document. What is sorting? Sort query. So you guys reading this documentation or not? The Mongos, MongoDB, all the stuff, all this documentation.
Yes, yes.
Reading, no? Okay. So
Yeah,
whenever
yeah,
you
I
are
have completed things. Whatever you already taught us, that I covered all these things.
good, correct. So you should practice that. Otherwise, it will everything, every whatever the effort we are doing is going definitely will be going bad if you don't practice it. Because without practice, you can write the code. Very simple. It's very simple or is clear and I'm clear and loud about it. Without practice, you can write the code. So for the sorting, we have to pass something like ascending, descending, or SCEDC, the short form for ascending and descending, or I can write the complete word, or I can use one or minus one in front of the field name, or I can directly pass the sorted representation. Is most of the time we use this. Like I want to sort ascending order according to the field, particular field, then I can write this, and a descending order of that field, then minus the field name. So I prefer to write in the same way instead of writing this one. So let's see how we can do it. So the same code we are writing about over here. So I am just like select. I just want to remove the sort because it should not be in the query string. Because we are going to write the Mongo's method over here, just like find. We are writing sort and select. Inside that, we have to pass some value, and the value is something like this: created it in the descending order, or sort by what is the value. I can pass it over here. So this dynamic value, we can get it from the queries, query dot select, or what is that sort, query dot sort. Where is that? It is not here still now. Okay, it's fine. So it is there already here. I mentioned it over here. Sort. So whatever the query we have formed already, dot sort, and you can pass whatever the value I am getting from the front end. I can pass it over here inside sort method, right? So what I have written, if it is select query dot request dot query dot select, then I am just splitting the select value and converted the comma to space. Same, I am splitting whatever the parameter I am passing for the sort parameters, which is already there. Let me do it for you. Like select and sort, I am passing it over here in the query string. Okay. Now select, I am going to remove it and convert them to name and description with the space, and I'm remove the sort and passing this value minus name into the query. So I'm passing this into the query very over here. The sort by, whatever the sort by minus dash name, which will be passed to the sort query dot sort, then minus name. So it will descending whatever the record you are fetching and showing you in descending order because I'm passing it minus name. But if nothing is passed over there, then by default it is it will be sort as a descending order of date, created date, right? So let's see. You can see it's the descending order. So first one is Modern tech, starting from M, it is DevWorks, then Dev Central, then C. So C, D, D, and M. If I'm passing as a name, simple name, then it will be ascending order. Means first C will be there, code master will be there, then D, Dev Central, then DevWorks. After that, the modern tech. So you know how to sort your data, how to filter your data using different conditional operators, and there is also logical operator you can see from documentation. Then if you want to select a specific field from the database instead of the whole document, all field, you can pass the select. So you can pass it from here. Then you just from the front end you have to pass in the same manner. So it will automatically filter and send it to you. So most of the time what happen? So are you guys using select in your query in the backend developer? I'm talking to the backend developers. Hello, guys, you there? Nobody's here.
So
Yes, sir.
you are asking Node.js
Not
developer?
just yes, not just developer. Have you ever using select? No one is here.
Sir, we are using projections for that,
Project.
but
CK,
not this way.
this is totally depends on the developer, no? The inside will be we have to match up the mongoose query. So here
No,
we can pass anything
no, that is
like
what I'm saying. It should be synchronization. It should be there should be a synchronization between front end and back end developer. Because how we are passing, if we are creating our query in the backend in such a way that I can select anything like projection or select from here. So I don't have to dependent on whatever I required from that particular query. What field I want to display, it is up to I will be independent, right? I don't want to say that why you are sending this, why you are sending this is not required for me, like this,
no,
right?
no. What I am asking, the select keyword, whatever you are passing in the parameter, that
Hmm.
should not be select always. That depends on the developer. It may
So
be the fields,
no, no, I am talking
right?
about how you are there you,
Okay,
implementing this. That is what I am asking. Because it should be
okay, okay, okay.
it should be a coordination between these two. If I am going to
Yes,
pass in this way, so I am creating API in this manner
right.
that you can pass whatever you want, like name, description, and for example another field is for example any other field I am passing. So I need three fields, so I will pass it. I will not dependent on the whatever the parameter or whatever the field I record. I will not depend on backend developer.
Okay, okay. Yes,
So
yes.
that is it.
So,
So our the
uh,
coding will be in such a way that it will be flexible, and
yes,
whatever
yes.
I'm going to pass from the front end should be uh, uh, better understanding between front end and back end developer. So
A
this
front-end
coding,
developer should not ask what
yes,
type of fields we need. They actually pass. This way, we have to create the APIs.
exactly. So that front
Yes.
end developer
So,
depend upon you the which field they require on which API, because most of the time listing API is required most of the places, and I want to hide some field, I want to show some field, then how we are managing it? I want to do it, I want to manage it for front end, so you can do it easily by this way. And
and
sorting.
I think this will also help. I think actually I had a questions. The fields we are fetching from the from the collection.
Mhm.
So if there are if I don't have any select the particular the particular fields, then some document has a few fields and other documents and the other field extra field. So how it will be managed in the the grid. So these things I think can help us
Exactly.
to make yeah, yeah, am I right? So we can previously we can fix this field we need because we have the grid. We have to fit all the things in the grid.
Mm.
So here I think the select is the very good option.
Exactly.
Okay.
So anybody has any question on select filter?
Sir,
Yes.
is it also applicable if we are fetching it from multiple collections, like two or three fields from different collection? another fields from different in that case?
Was, yes, for that we have to create our API in same manner. Means whatever the field name you should know, but the
Mhm.
query, later on I will show you. I am just creating this long bunch of code to a separate file or separate
Okay.
middleware or utility method, not middleware, utility method, and I'm just calling this method over here inside it only. That's it. So
Mm.
all select query you can pass parameter, you can pass which model you are going to hit for the filter for the select query, like this. I'm here using bootcamp, so instead of bootcamp I want to use it for course, right? So in that case I have to pass the model, and other thing will be similar, just parameter. I have to make it parameterized. I will show you how you can do it later on at the end of.
Okay.
So we can make it parameter. It is depend upon how we can managing or rewriting our code, writing our code in the back end, that it will be more flexible.
Okay.
इतना बड़ा भी कोड एक ही कंट्रोलर के अंदर नहीं होना चाहिए उसको, और we can create a small chunk if required, but sometimes it is not possible. But we should something like, or you can write the code, comment over here why you are using it. Everywhere you should write the code so that it will understandable. इतना इतना बड़ा भी बहुत बड़ा लग रहा है मुझे,
Right.
right? But हमारा तो एक एक कंट्रोलर में in our file you can see it is 1000 5000 code also you can see in one file. So how they're managing it, I don't know. Means our
Great
motive,
development.
yes, our motive should always be like a file should not be, a character should not be more than 80 characters, the length of the line, right? And it should not be more than 30 lines or 40 line or maximum 50 line, 40 50 line. So right now you can see, uh, sorry, a method, right? So one method you can see it is 8 to 52, so it is a very large, you can say, lines. So the number, this method, any method should not be very large file, very large line of code, right? So it is very difficult to identify, and means any issue if I find inside any file, so it will, all method inside it will be create problem for you. So let's see pagination. It is also most of the time it is very important at the time of listing and displaying all the records from the database. So in pagination, it is very also very simple. So I'm just adding this code after sorting code, so the pagination will be there. So you can see it is a very large file right now, right? Let me add it after sorting code. Sorting is there, and I'm taking it here, from here to here, and replace it. Okay. So what I'm doing over here, sorting still, till sorting you are clear, right? Then what I'm doing it, I'm creating a pagination. In pagination there are some specific things we are required, means number of page, a page number, then page per page or page limit, means how many records you are going to show in the page. Then what is the start index, what is the end index, and the total you are going to show those things. These things, this most of the time these five things are required for the pagination at the front end, right? So what I'm doing over here, first I'm converting the page parameters over here, whatever coming from the query string. Let me show you the query. After that we can, sorry, this one, yeah, not here. It's a page and limit. These two we are going to pass it. For the front end developer, you need to the page number and what is the per page thing you are required from the front end. These two things is required, right? So whenever I pass it from here, per page, we can do it like this. So I am not getting any value.
Sir, it should be ampersand instead of dollar.
but you can see the count is 4, and how I'm generating it I will explain you. The total count is 4, then the page number is 3, page limit is 1, so I am displaying only single value, a single page limit is 1. You can see page limit is 1, means now per page I am displaying only one record. Then page number 2, how many number of page starting from number 2. So previous page will be 1 and next page will be 3, current page will be 2, right? Okay. So for the count, total count, you can see bootcamp dot the count documents. So count document will display the number of documents inside that bootcamp collection, right? And the end index is like number page number into the limit, means per page. And start index is page number minus 1 into limit, right? And this thing is required to whenever we are calling to the database, creating the query, these things are required. And page and limit as passing, I can getting it, I can get it from query string, and I just convert it to parse integer, means I'm converting to integer instead of string of base 10, means decimal. Or if there is nothing is there, then by default I'm putting it 1. If you're not passing anything, then I'm page limit is 2. Okay. And skip means start index, means for example you send the request from the front end that I will, the page number should start from 2 or 3, then the start index should, it should skip all the start index, means number of, means which record, if there are 100 records, that will start from this index. So the rest of the security index will be skipped, and it will filter next number of per page, next limit. For example, starting from uh, 10 and extra 5, from 10 to 15 it will fetch, right? It is very simple. Then I am executing the query. Then how I am formatting this pagination here, because I am displaying, I need to display over here in the pagination, that's why I'm creating it. Otherwise most of the time we create it in the front end, right? We just send the number of page and what is the start index, what is the end index, so you can create it. But right now I am creating from here to show you, like how can I show you the previous one, then what is the current page and what is the previous page and what is the limit. And if start index is greater than 0, then definitely previous will be displayed, and previous page will be of course current page minus 1, and the limit will be whatever the limit I am creating over here, right? Whatever the limit. So you can see, let me remove this. Why I cannot get any data? Is there an issue?
Maybe the query constant variable is override in, at the time of creating pagination. Maybe
Hmm,
this is
sorting is there, then query. I'm defining first query over here.
actually query is executed first. Query execution.
Mm-hmm. Where is query? Query. Let query, for example. Okay, so it's not defined that, that's why. Okay, let's see this one again. Pagination is working. Okay, let me check. But still, you can say by default, what is the page number? So right now it is first one. That's why previous you cannot see from here. But next is there. Page number is 2 and limit is 2. Okay. Page limit start from by default 1, and this, if I'm passing it like this, page equal to 2 equal to 2 ampersand limit equal to 1. Let's say why data is not displaying, I don't know. Bootcamp and display bootcamp control D. Okay, let's see later on. Bootcamp, I didn't get anything else over here. I'm executing the start index and end index. Let's see why it is not displaying. So that's it. And course model, you can start working on creating course model, and I will let you know how we can write the course model in the complex manner. For example, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. After that, we are going to we are going to jump to authentication, like how we are managing authentication, how you can use encryption using bcrypt.js, means password encryption, then how I can create the JWT token for authorization, how you can create authorization middleware, as I explained at the time of explaining middleware. So I was just giving you a example that how auth middleware works, but we can check that. After that, we conclude, and the advanced part maybe we can do after a week. And security, the security and advanced. I think it is also required for Node.js developer as well. The security and advanced Node.js. So so it will take around 2 or 3 days maximum to conclude everything. So how many of you have started practicing of creating this project, whatever I'm explaining over here? How many of you? I'm talking about any front-end developer right now here.
Yes, sir, we have started.
You have started. IUC, you have started?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
IUC, you there?
Yes, sir, I have started, but I've not reached here till here. But yes, I've started. I'm a little slow right now.
मैं कछुए की स्पीड में जा रहा हूँ, फिर भी आप पीछे हो. I know
Sir,
you are in busy
yeah.
in some other projects. I understand. And what about front-end developers like Ritu? I don't think you guys are practicing it. Bhunesh, Niriksha, I think you guys start practicing it. Niriksha, you there?
Yes, sir.
Start कर दिया?
Yes, sir.
कैसा इजी लग रहा है या डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है?
इजी है अभी तक तो.
ऐसा इजी तो होता है, डिफिकल्ट कहाँ होता है इसमें कुछ?
इसीलिए ना एकदम इजी
मीन्स
है. आ
मीन्स
जाएगा.
मीन्स मेरे जैसा गधे को आता है तो सबको आ जाएगा.
ये मैंने नहीं बोला.
सर, सर ये सब रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है, मत बोलो.